Hi, I'm Fara Sax with the Community Voice, and today is completely different. I have with me, boom! What do I have with me? How did this all happen? We're celebrating Purim. We're having Purim, and we are led today by Rabbi Werbler. He is from SouthWest, Miami, Kendall, serving our community live and in person here from the north.
We're excited to be here, and we're so fortunate that Ms. Sachs has had us on the show today. We showed up unannounced, and they were prepared for us, and they threw us right into the fire pit here to help bring more joy to the community. That's what we're here. That's what Purim's about.
Tell us about what's the significance of Purim? Why are these? It's like a joke. Why are 3 Jewish men dressed up today coming into community newspapers' offices? It's like da-dum-bum. Tell us.
So the opportunity on Purim is to see that all the concealed things we experience in life can be revealed good. We all have our things that we're challenged with in life, and sometimes it builds us to our greatest strength. So the story of Purim is not a once upon a time story. It's something that happens to us every day. A new strength is revealed within each one of us, and that's a universal message that we could all latch onto and get strength from.
And why is it told every year? What is it? What do we need to know that we're not aware of the other 360 some odd days in the year?
So, similar that you have a certain time for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I can't rely on yesterday's breakfast for today, that each day we need to renew this energy within ourselves, this opportunity to see that what today is going to be revealed that wasn't available yesterday. Life is not, there's no such thing as standing still in life. We're always going up. And life is sort of like a spiral staircase, right? We're climbing higher and higher each day. And each year we renew it. It's a new message for us. Where we were standing last year for sure is not where we are this year. And a lot of the stories in Purim, where we see there was a political play, and there was a lot of things that happened very naturally seeming, which is why we have a cow here in the studio with us today. The idea of costumes is that some things are, again, the idea of things being concealed. And that within that, though, we see that there's a great joy that could come out of it.
Right. Who wants to tell me a little bit about the story of Purim? Just in your own words, what you as young men in our community have learned along the way and how meaningful that is for you in your own journey.
A quick version is that the Jews, like a 2,000 years ago, I think, we all lived in Persia. There's a king, his name is Achashverosh in Hebrew. In English, I'm not sure what his name is. There's an argument, I'm pretty sure, about what his name is. And he made a decree that he was going to kill all the Jews. So the whole concept of Purim is that the Jews were saved. It's a whole story, but the Jews were saved through like basic political, like there was a Jewish queen happened because the queen's wife died and he made a beauty contest and there's a Jewish queen. And one of his ministers of justice was another Jew, so he was saved. So the whole concept of Purim is that how even God, if he doesn't do a revealed miracle, he's still working through every single day-to-day nature, and he's still with you every second of the day. It's what we call Ashkacha Pratis, that nothing's by chance, and that everything comes through God.
That's a beautiful thing. And then you showed up today with these beautiful baskets, and who would like to share with me why you give out these beautiful Purim baskets for celebration?
One of the things of Purim, as I think, first of all, Mr. Levy here spoke so eloquently about, is the idea of things being concealed, and actually sometimes things are meaningful to us so much like that it takes on a voice of its own. So I want to say to Shmuley that his silence speaks louder than words too, that the idea that these things are so meaningful for us. And one of the big things that are meaningful to us for our lives is the idea of giving. That's a focus on, many people have experiences, maybe for trick-or-treating and things like that, which is not exactly comparable to this, but the idea is that we are focused on giving and that the greatest joy comes in it. And all the mitzvahs that come out of the story of Purim is that, like, wait a second, look how much is given to us, this seemingly, like he was saying, a natural occurrence, which if you look back on the story, like I think Einstein would say, you could say everything is a miracle or nothing is a miracle, that the things that happen so seemingly by circumstance is really a miracle. And every day we experience that, and we want to share that. And the more we give and have grateful to give, the more there is more to give.
And just by showing up here, whether you speak today or not, I'm grateful for your presence, because that means you care about a community. And there's another significance. There's a little can on the table for donation. And why is that such a big thing in Judaism, to be able to give tzedakah, to support you? There were reasons of people that this is earmarked for, and share that a little bit about that.
Absolutely. I think the idea of tzedakah we often translate into English as charity. charity. And like I say, every translation is an interpretation. The word tzedakah actually comes from the word tzedek, which means it's the right thing to do. I was given something to give. That's, I think, the most encouraging thing, as all of humanity feels that I have something unique to give. So it's not unique to the Jewish people. It's something that we try to strive in. It's a value that we feel is very close to home. But like, for example, this box, which you mentioned before, pardon my reach, the opportunity is that two people here today will help a third benefit. Another mitzvah on this day is that somebody else is going to benefit. So this is going to single mothers in Miami, families in Israel. So we give it to two different causes in different locations. So the reach is broad and wide, so to say. So we can all give. I'll start. I'll lead the way here. Maybe the boys want to. You can also.
Absolutely. And I think we should, because I think this is part of the work that you do, is the idea of charity and supporting those that need our support, that they're not forgotten, that they're heard, that they're seen. Yeah. And another fascinating thing is the holiday is about reading the Megillah, and, you know, the whole Megillah, it's a funny term, but what's the significance of hearing the Megillah not once but twice during the holiday?
So again, like there's a certain time and place for everything, and so we have the evening time has a certain energy to it. There's a time of renewal that we have at the nighttime, and it's actually in the Megillah itself. It says, "B'layla hu nidada shnas hamelech." On that night, the king arose, and like Levi was pointing out earlier, that the idea is that the nighttime is seemingly a time of concealment, a time of darkness. The fact that the miracle started to unfold, where the king actually remembers a kindness that Mordechai, he mentioned, who was in the political play at the time, saved his life and led to the miracle, is right significant. And then during the day, though, we obviously have a whole life to live. We come to work. We're here at Community News today, spreading light of the whole staff here to all the world. And so there's a new energy behind that as well. So we treat it twice. The word Megillah itself actually has a root, again, etymological root is like gale, to reveal. So even though things are concealed, right? I could tell my wife I love her. She says, "Okay, get off on the couch and do something about it. Show me, show us." And that's the best way to show the goodness that we have and we've been granted and we can give to others, is by doing that day and night.
That's beautiful. Can you tell me why you dress up? Why are we in costumes? What is that about?
Which actually, the simple meaning for it is because since just like the whole story of Purim, the reason why it happened because the Jews have sinned. So we put on costumes to show that the Jews have sinned is just on the outside, but really in the inside, all of them were good people.
That's beautiful. That we're more than what we appear to be. And one of the last symbols on the table, what is this?
That's the whole Megillah.
Are we allowed to open it?
Sure.
So the whole Megillah.
Here, why don't I let actually Menachem Mendel open it, because he's the expert reader on it. He's able to handle it quite well.
And how long does it take to hear the whole Megillah?
It's the story of our lives. It takes 120 years.
Yes, but how long? Well, I hope 120 years to read it. But how long does it take to read the whole Megillah?
Well, Menachem Mendel last night and this morning read it in about 25 minutes, I would say. Depends who's the reader.
You want to pick it up a little bit, Mendel? Maybe you can be helped. This is beautiful. Turn it around.
Turn it a little bit more.
Maybe you both can hold it on one side and then the other.
So it's on a parchment, and it's written by an expert scribe who takes time and diligence into each letter and word, which has significance to it.
And that takes time to read and put together, and it has to be checked and rechecked to make sure of its authenticity.
Yeah, that takes a lot of. Nothing happens automatic. Everything in life is work. So
this is beautiful, and we have a couple of seconds left. Can you share a song that you typically sing in Purim? We'll leave it with that, and well, I wish you all many blessings, and thank you so much for bringing the joy and the smile to our Friday right before Purim, when you can be doing so many other things, but to share it with us, and your goodness and your heart shines through. And I will leave with a song.
Sheva